Samsung is changing something fundamental with the Galaxy S26, and it's not a small upgrade. A new 2-nanometer chip, a separated modem design, and full satellite communication are coming together in a way no Samsung phone has ever done before. This isn't about hype specs, it's about control, efficiency, and connectivity that works when everything else fails. Welcome back, viewers. Sam here. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Now let's get straight into why the Galaxy S26 series represents one of Samsung's most important technical shifts in years. The Exynos 2600 is set to become the first smartphone processor manufactured on a 2-nanometer process. That matters because smaller nodes improve efficiency, reduce power leakage, and allow higher transistor density. Compared to current flagship chips still using 3-nanometer designs, this gives Samsung a measurable advantage in raw silicon technology before performance numbers even come into play. But the biggest change isn't the node, it's what Samsung removed. The Exynos 2600 does not include an integrated modem. Instead, Samsung is using a separate, dedicated modem designed specifically for next-generation connectivity. This allows tighter power management, better signal handling, and far more flexibility than an all-in-one design. That modem introduces full satellite communication support, and not just for emergency messages. Samsung is enabling multiple satellite modes that cover text communication, location sharing, voice calls, and future high-bandwidth data support. This means the Galaxy S26 can remain connected in areas with no cellular coverage, including remote regions and network failure situations. On the cellular side, the modem supports advanced 5G dual connectivity across multiple frequency ranges at the same time. Instead of switching between bands, it combines them. This results in higher sustained speeds, lower latency, and more stable connections in crowded environments, all while maintaining better power efficiency than previous generations. Security is also being handled at a deeper level. The modem includes hardware-level trust systems that isolate sensitive data like encryption keys and network credentials. A dedicated security processor manages these operations separately from the main system, reducing exposure to attacks. Hybrid cryptography support is also included to prepare for future security threats. Graphics performance is another major focus. The Exynos 2600 introduces a new Eclipse GPU based on AMD's RDNA 4 architecture, but this time the GPU is developed entirely in-house by Samsung. The design delivers significantly higher performance per compute unit while consuming less power, which is critical for sustained gaming and long sessions without throttling. Reports indicate up to a 2x improvement in GPU performance compared to the previous generation, along with major gains in ray tracing efficiency. This directly affects lighting realism, reflections, and overall visual quality in modern games and graphics-heavy applications. This shift also signals Samsung's long-term strategy. The Exynos 2600 acts as a transition toward fully independent GPU development in future chips. If this platform performs as expected, Samsung gains full control over performance tuning, efficiency, and optimization without relying on third-party limitations. Real-world performance will ultimately determine success. Thermal management, software optimization, and developer support will play a critical role. Samsung is clearly aware of past limitations and is addressing them at the architectural level rather than relying on minor tweaks. The Galaxy S26 isn't focused on flashy specs alone. It's designed around reliability, efficiency, long-term security, and connectivity that doesn't collapse when conditions get difficult. That's a very different definition of a flagship phone. Comment below if you think Samsung's separated modem strategy and satellite focus are the right move, or if you're waiting to see real-world tests before buying. Let me know your take.